Now, let's just remind you, because Jimmy Valley had put out, this is a clip. This is a clip that we uncovered back during Eastgate, and this is one of the more, I guess, shocking. Since we're talking about shocking today, this guy is Stephen Nerioff. This was the guy that was he was an attorney, I think, and he was the guy that was in. Well, he'll tell you what he was in charge of, but he was in charge of taking Ethereum, which was a security. Is, who knows? And keeping, in his own words, trying to keep he and others out of jail for issuing Ethereum and doing the ICO. Listen to him. And while you listen to it, remember, these are the guys that Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman have let get a free pass.
But he said to me, the problem is our lawyers are telling us this is an illegal securities offering, which in fact it was. So I was charged with trying to figure out a very simple thing. Raise money and not go to prison. Right? Orange is not my best color, by the way. So we were... He held off with these guys are like wolves, right? I mean, the founding team of Ethereum wanted to move. And one of the guys actually even said to me, I don't really care about prison. I'm a Canadian citizen.
So they don't care about prison because they're a Canadian citizen. There are 3 Canadians I know of that were on the Ethereum team. One's Joseph Lubin, one is Vitalik Buterin, and one was Gavin Wood. So I'm assuming one of those... No, I think there was one other, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. But one of those 4 or 5 guys does not care about prison, and he's not worried about the U.S. regulators because he's a Canadian citizen. And so their attitude is F the United States. And these are the same people that later Bill Hinman and Jay Clayton are going to help have a free pass.
Can we somehow say that this is not a security? It's not a currency, but somehow...
And it's important to note, folks, these are the people that they gave a free pass while they intentionally dropped a lawsuit on the guys from the United States. And I'm not saying this is a country thing. I'm not saying anything bad about Canada. I'm just saying, look at the character of these guys. They don't care about the laws, okay? Wherever they were from. It wouldn't matter if they were from South Africa. They don't care about the laws. But these are the people that the SEC aligned with, almost like similarly to how the people who seem to not care about the law, like Sam Bankman-Fried, that's who the SEC was and Gary Gensler was having planning sessions. That's who the CFTC was having planning sessions with. That's who freaking the White House was having planning sessions. Well, it was the same thing in this case. It was the CFTC and the SEC that were planning with these guys.
This is a good baby service. Head of the SEC, a gentleman by the name of Joe Grunfest. If anybody's familiar with the SEC, he's probably the most prolific chairman of the SEC of the last 75 years. And sheepishly the next morning said, I said, after our 3rd drink last night, we came up with this concept, and I said, we, because I didn't want to say me, and I said, can we say this is a good? Because
so I want you to think this through for a minute. This guy's over drinks with Vitalik. Well, Vitalik doesn't drink, so he's having drinks, and he's trying to come up with some BS that they can rationalize to Joseph Grunfest, and in turn he can rationalize it to the SEC. So they come up with this bull, you know what, as my 10-year-old would say. Oh, we'll call it a product. Ether will be a product, and that way we can do an ICO and raise money and skirt securities laws. And he turns around to Joseph Grunfest and says, I think that's a great idea. Then they go to the SEC, they agree, they think that's a great idea. They've just turned BS by twisting and turning things and rationalizing them into a non-security offering, and it's all bull.
Actually forms some kind of function if you have to send it and you have to use this gas to send it. And I said, I'm sure it doesn't work, right? Okay, that's fine. And I got to pause for about 10 seconds, ready to say that was the stupidest idea I've ever heard. And his response was, "That's brilliant."
So he didn't think he was going to buy his BS, but he did buy the BS.
Said, "I think that could actually work." Spoke to some folks at the SEC. They actually they loved the idea. They thought that actually made a lot of sense. And that's the genesis of what's called today. Has everybody heard of what a utility coin is?
I mean, what a joke. Speaking of jokes, listen to this about Ethereum fees.
A screenshot of somebody, I think Rasu, or somebody aped into 84 ETH into a meme coin, paying 64 ETH in gas. Like, can you just imagine those numbers, that fee, 64 ETH to buy 84 ETH of a meme coin? And another person has like $50 on their MetaMask and they can't get it off because the fees are too high. So, does it just basically make the system unequal to those that can't afford to play? And that becomes like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 players based on dollar values and how much.
There's Rand Nooner. He's the guy that has always just never quite gotten XRP, but he's sitting there shaking his head. He's got to be thinking, what a moron I have been. Or maybe he has not been a moron. Maybe he's like some of these others and has just benefited from what he knew was BS. Wrath of Kahneman put this out. The Atlanta Fed released a report regarding Web3 and finance that mentions Ripple. They describe XRP as an international payment medium or wholesale settlement coin. Wholesale settlement is interesting context. Anyway, then Cryto, the Cowboy Crypto, who is the official cowboy of the Digital Asset Investor channel, says Bank of International Settlements, source BIS, Ripple provides various services. XRP is roughly envisioned as an international payment medium. Here's the Atlanta Fed report. It's in my neck of the woods. I want to say that, don't quote me, but I want to say at one point Greg Kidd said that he went and visited the Atlanta Fed about Ripple and XRP. Let's finish with this clown show. This is a quote from Michael Saylor. Bitcoin is going to be the last crypto asset standing in the U.S., and it's going to be the winner. Michael Saylor. It's going to be fun watching this nut go down in flames.
Yep.
I'm the Digital Asset Investor.